Hello, everybody. Now, we've been doing marketing management, and we have a great understanding of what is marketing management, what is its relevance, how does it affect the society, and how does it affect the business, and how does it affect our day-to-day lives. Now, marketing as a whole has a lot of things and a lot of fields which are involved in marketing. Now, we can talk about a lot of strategies, a lot of things, how organizations communicate to customers, how they add value, and what are the different approaches in which they categorize the different products in different categories. All that comes into marketing. But before getting into all that into details, what are the different strategies and how, these things, these products can be categorized and how, we can add different features to a product and how to do a marketing analysis, all this comes. But before getting into all that kind of an analysis, before getting an understanding of what different strategies need to be implemented, there's certain core concepts of market. We, as we progress with the subject, we will see that there are a lot of things which will be included in marketing, even your advertising, your branding, your your service marketing, your digital marketing. Everything is marketing is a very broad concept. When we talk about the core concepts of market, now let's understand what are the core concepts of market. Yes, need, wants, and demand. Then there is a market. Then there are market offerings, customer value and satisfaction, exchanges, and of what is the need. You know. Now, whenever as in marketing perspective we talk, sometimes a need will vary from person to person, and it will vary from day to day also. Today, whatever may be your demand, maybe tomorrow it becomes your need. So it will vary. So whenever you get into implementing or the planning phase, in fact the planning phase of the strategy, the first thing is that you have to understand the demographics. The demographics, in the sense, it is the study of the population. I say that demographics is broadly the study of the population, where uh, we as marketing professionals need to understand the kind of people we are interacting with. What is their paying capacity, where in what kind of a cultural and a social background they are living, what is the social status. So all that comes. Now, when we talk about a need, if we talk in a general term, what is a need? It is a human need, are states of felt deprivation. They include physical needs for food, clothing, warmth, and safety. So we know what is it need. So in a basic term, we need foods, clothes, shelter, all that, and safety needs. So these are the basic needs. Right now I'm not talking about in terms of a marketing gimmicks or a marketing terminology, but these are the basic requirement when we talk about, when we talk to an individual, that what are your needs? I need food, shelter, safety, and a house. So these are the basic needs. Then social needs. See, man is a social animal. You can't live in isolation. We are facing a lot of isolation these days. We are facing a lot of quarantine, these days, and we all understand that how difficult it is. So we always have to live in a society where we have that feeling for, we have that feeling of belongingness and affection. We cannot live in isolation. So that's a social need. That is what. Then then there comes the individual needs, which I say it is very important in terms of as marketing professionals. When we talk now individual needs, it is need for knowledge and self expression. Now these needs are not created by marketers. They're the basic part of human makeup. Now you see, if you talk to yourself, you will be having certain needs. You talk to your parents, they will be having certain needs. You talk to your siblings, you talk to your colleagues. Everybody has a definite set of needs, and that's what I just told you, that these needs will vary from day to day, from person to person, and these needs are not created by the marketers. This is something which is a part of your human personality. So there is nothing marketing involved in it. Now let's understand what is the want. They are also the form of needs. They're shaped by culture and individual personality. An Indian in Kolkata needs food but wants bowl of rice and fish. An American needs food but wants a Big Mac fries and soft drink. I'll just get into details to clearly explain you the difference. Wants are shaped by one society and are described in terms of objects that we all need. Now, you see, now you see, if you talk about a need is the basic thing. For example, I've given here, if you see the examples which are written here are very basic examples which talk about, a person who's staying in Kolkata, obviously, you need food. A person staying in the North India also need food, and the person who's staying in the South India also needs food. But maybe a person who's staying in Kolkata needs, fish, and maybe a Indian needs a different kind of food, and maybe a South Indian would want. So, the need was the food, and the want is little preference, which is governed by the societal factors. So you understand what I'm trying to say? That need is your basic requirement. That's your human setup. And when a need changes into a want, that is at governed by the society in which you're living. uh, we all know what is a market. We all know that a market consists of all actual and potential customers of a product or a service. Now let's understand, actual customer and a potential customer. See, the one thing is something, I'll tell you, I'll give you a small example here, and then probably we will understand better. Sometimes, there is an actual customer in the market, who has the paying capacity, and you as an organization introduce a product or a service into the market, and you know that this is the lot which is going to, buy my product and avail my services. But then, as a marketing manager or as a marketing professional, you have to think out of the box. There will be certain customers who will be having that demand, will be having that want towards for your product, for your service. They will be having the paying capacity, but that customer is untapped. That customer is not being communicated. That customer has not been reached. So that is the potential customer. So as marketing professionals, it is important for all of us to understand that there will be certain actual customers in the market, and then there will be certain potential customers. So as marketing professionals, it is not only important to target and tap the customers who are already there in the market, but try to tap the potential customers who might not be so explicit in the market, who might not be expressing their demands in the market. But then yes, there are latent customers whom the organization knows that if they are tapped, if they are communicated properly, they would be availing the products and services. So that is what the marketing focused on to bring that need. I'll give you an example. Tomorrow, if you go with your parents to buy or purchase a vehicle, maybe your budget is 10 lakhs. Now, when a salesperson, you go to the showroom, they introduce you to the car, your budget is 10 lakhs, you can't go beyond it. But sometimes when they introduce another vehicle to you, maybe it is of 13, 14 or 15 lakhs, and they might be giving you an additional feature for that. Obviously, if you're charging a little high, you have to have a differentiated feature in your product. So when you are charging a little high, you are giving a different product to your to the customer. So the customer, which was actual customer for that 10 lakh vehicle, was the potential customer for that 15 lakh vehicle. And sometimes, the customers go out of the budget, they stretch a little bit, and they go and purchase that 15 lakh worth vehicle when they see that there are certain differentiated features. So they don't mind paying a little more of what their budget was. So that is what the marketing is all about, to tap the untapped. There are actual customers, and see, it is very easy to, I always say that it is very easy to have a customer. The difficult part is to have a repeat purchase. The difficult part is to retain that customer. So if the management, if as an organization, you have committed in terms of quality to your customers, you have to satisfy. I have seen a lot of people who do not buy certain vehicles. Simple reason, there are no service centers. Where will I go if my vehicle breaks down? So you see, when as we proceed with the lectures, as we proceed with the syllabus, we will see that there are certain quality dimensions of the service, quality dimensions of the product. So whatever commitment as an organization, as an organization, so you're committing to your customers, these commitments have to be honored, they have to be fulfilled. Only then you will have a long-term relationship, and the customers who have purchased your vehicle, they will become your loyal customers. And not only these loyal customers will do a repeat purchase, but they play a very important role in promoting your product and service through word of mouth. And we all know that especially in the service industry, the word of mouth plays a very important role. Your customers actually become your salespeople subconsciously. Sometimes, and it all happens with it happens with all of us many times. Suppose you've purchased a product, and then you try to convince your friend that yes, I have availed this service, I have bought this product of this company, it's an excellent product, why don't you also buy that product? Sometimes when people, reference groups, we know they play a very important role in the society. Whenever we have to buy a property or whenever we have to buy a vehicle, we do ask people, my budget is around 15 to 20 lakhs. So which is the vehicle which you recommend? So then, a customer who's loyal to your product, who's loyal to your service, will definitely recommend. So this is what the dynamics is, in the market. The market consists of people or organization with needs to satisfy, money to spend, and the willingness to spend. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. It consists of people, it consists of organizations with needs to satisfy. Obviously, you have a need that needs to be satisfied. You have money to spend, and then you don't only have the money, you have the willingness also. That yes, if this is my demand, if this is what I want, I have the money and I'm ready to spend it if I get value for my money. So these things need to be satisfied. Now let's understand what are market offerings. Let's understand what is a product, anything that can be offered to a market for attention, acquisition, consumption, to satisfy a need or want. A simple thing, products, they can be car, they can be mobile, they can be house, etc. Anything which is going to satisfy your need and want. So, so these are that can be offered in the market. Now, their services, economic activities or benefits offered for sale that is essentially intangible and don't result in the ownership of anything, like banking, airlines, haircuts, hotels. Now, I want to explain this the concept where you don't result in the ownership. Suppose now I go, let's understand the difference between a tangible product and an intangible product. Product is, suppose I go to purchase, I have a demand for a vehicle. I go and purchase it, so I become the owner. I am the owner of that vehicle, so that's mine. That comes in my custody. Now I want a great, a great a vacation, and I want to stay in a very nice hotel, and I want to enjoy the complete experience. So I go and stay in a resort. I love the experience. I like it. I've availed those services, but then I don't own that service. You understand the difference? Both of them exist in the market. Both of them are being offered in the market. In the case of tangible products, yes, we can feel them, we can touch them, and we own them. Whereas in the services, we have an experience. We go and experience it. We feel it, and we have a feel good factor. But we primarily do not own it. So if you go into, if you go to a hotel, you stay, you love the experience, you enjoy their perks, their benefits, but then you are not owning that service. So that's the basic difference. And the market is offering you the products and the services And especially in the services, we talk about an experience. You travel in an airline, you say the experience was fantastic, there was a lot of leg space, the food was great, the crew was fantastic, very friendly. So that's an experience which you have. You go to a bank, and sometimes you say no, they were very friendly, my work was done immediately, and there was no waiting time, and even if it was a lunchtime, everybody was listening to every query, there were separate sections. So you what see, that's an experience, that's an experience. But then you're not owning that, you're not owning that bank, you're not owning that airlines. Okay, so you need to understand, but the market is offering you both the products and services. It is trying to satisfy the basic thing. So when we proceed with the lectures of marketing management, we'll be talking about a lot of strategies coming up and a lot of things which these organizations do. But before getting into that, it was very important for all of us to understand what are need. What are these organizations? The first question arises: why are these organizations making strategies? Why are products being offered? Why are services being offered? Only because we as consumers have needs, wants, and demands. The organizations want to fulfill are these needs, demands, and wants. And since uh, the market is dynamic, we are changing every day. You're different from me, my demands will be different from you. So every day, we have a different requirement. And so the products are they keep on having differentiated features, they keep on adding new things, new features to the product. So these things keep on happening. So that is what, in nutshell, we wanted to understand today, that these needs, wants, and demands, how, why is it important, and the entire strategy and entire thing, when we talk about various strategies, how they can be grouped into various categories. So that is what is important. Now let's understand what is value and satisfaction. Value is the difference between the benefits that the customer gains from owning or using a product and the cost of obtaining it. Obviously we understand value. It is the I get a certain benefit if I have purchased something, and then what is the cost I've paid. For example, a shampoo sachet, a Pizza Hut delivery pizza on time. Ritz Carlton gives you free breakfast to overnight travelers. FedEx fast delivery. So what happens is, if I'm trying to avail a certain service, I'm trying to take the ownership of a particular product. What is the benefit I'm going to get out of it, and what is the amount which I'm paying. So that is the value, the difference. मुझे ये benefit मिला, I got this benefit, this is the amount I paid, it's a difference between it. So that's the value. Satisfaction, it reflects a person's judgment of a product perceived performance in relationship to expectation. Now I will be satisfied, every individual has certain level of satisfaction. Certain people will be satisfied. Every individual is different. I always say nobody is identical. They might be similar, but nobody is identical. What satisfies me might not satisfy you. What is your level of satisfaction will be different from my level of satisfaction. So it's my judgment. I expected, I bought this vehicle, I expected it to perform it like that. It did not perform, so I'm not satisfied. So my satisfaction level, but maybe you, from the same vehicle, you are more than satisfied. So you see, it is going to affect these organization strategy, it is going to affect the organization gimmicks. And it is definitely, now it's a tricky thing, because that is why it is important that the organizations have to segment the market, target the customer, because they can't target everybody. You have to know where you have to reach. Your product has these kind of features, where your product has to reach, to whom your product has to reach. So, and these organizations try to give maximum satisfaction to the customers wherever they try to satisfy the customers in a maximum way, that there is no gap between what they expected and what is the actual performance. So in today's lecture, we try to understand what are the basic concepts, the core concepts of marketing, on which the entire strategies in marketing would be focused on. What is the market all about? What are the things which are offered in the market? And what exactly is a value and satisfaction, and what it means to different customers. Thank you very much, everybody.